Pharmacy, LG Institute of Pharmacy. Hope yourself and your family are safe and healthy. As considering the current situation, LG Institute of Pharmacy is also set to new normal. Here we are coming with the lecture series of our semester 5. So please do watch our YouTube channel and subscribe Pharma Ignite. Thank you. All the best. Herewith we are starting our B Pharmacy semester 5. The subject is Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry 2. That is for semester 5. So in this today we are studying unit 5, that is basics of phytochemistry. Phyto means plants. So the constituents, the active constituents of plants, its extraction, spectroscopic methods, all we will study here. The basics of phytochemistry unit contains basically 3 topics. The first one is the modern methods of extraction, application of the latest technique of chromatography or electrophoresis in the isolation, purification and identification of crude drugs. Same here we also study about the application of latest technique related to spectroscopic analysis for the identification, isolation and purification of the crude drug. So in lecture 1 I will cover the first topic, that is modern methods of extraction. So basically in modern method of extraction we will study about the what is the extraction, what are the steps of extraction, what are the stages of extraction, how do we select the solvent, how do we select the time of extraction, what are the normal methods of extraction, for example infusion, decoction, percolation, maceration, and in advanced method we will go for Soxhlet extractor. In this modern methods we will study about all multiple stage of extraction. We will study about all these types of extraction. So first, what do you mean by extraction? What is extraction? Basically we'll define what is extraction. Extraction is the process of isolation. Isolation of what? Soluble material. We have to isolate the soluble material from an insoluble residue with the help of solvent. So what is extraction? I am repeating, it is the isolation of soluble material from an insoluble residue which may be insoluble, which may be liquid, which may be solid. But while doing extraction we need what we need? We need solvent for extracting any crude drug. So the extraction means the process of isolation of soluble material from an insoluble residue. Next, what is the principle behind extraction? In extraction, the main principle is mass transfer. Now you all are thinking, what is mass transfer? Mass transfer is the unit operation which involves the transfer of mass soluble material from a solid to a fluid. Means we have to separate the soluble material from the insoluble residue. Got my point? Then in extraction what will happen? After extracting, the process is continued till equilibrium is set up. Equilibrium between what? Between the solutions in the cells and the free solution available. Okay. Now next we'll go about the classification of extraction methods. Basically the extraction methods are divided in 2 types, that is small scale extraction or large scale extraction. Small scale extraction means also depend on the yield, how much of yield is required. So we choose the extraction methods. So in small scale extraction we'll choose maceration, percolation, infusion, decoction. In large scale we will choose continuous Soxhlet extraction, modified Soxhlet extraction, multiple stage extractor. Now you all are thinking, what is the need of extraction? Actually, the main need of extraction is to separate the active constituent of the drug. You all know drug contains the multiple constituent, but the most our aim is to separate the active constituent, which is the most useful or which have medicinal or therapeutic value. Now, what is the stages of extraction? Means whenever we will do extraction, the main three things we have to learn is extract, mark and menstruum. What is the extract? Extract is the preparation of crude drug with all the constituent. Crude drug in which all the constituent which are soluble in solvent can be separated out. So what is the extract? The preparation of crude drug with all the soluble constituents. Then what is the mark? Whenever we will do extraction, we will get two things. One is mark, and at down we will get the liquid, solvent or menstruum, and then we will evaporate the menstruum and we will collect the residue. So the upper portion while extracting is the mark, solid residue obtained after extraction. When we will add the solvent, the solid residue which is left upside is the mark. What is the menstruum? While doing the extraction, we are adding the solvents. That solvent used for extraction is called the menstruum. So in the process of extraction, we are going through three stages. This is extract, mark and menstruum. Okay. Next, what is the choice of extraction? How do we choose the extraction methods? It basically depends on the sample size. What is the size of sample? How much drug is there? Quantity of the extract required. How much of extract we are required. Also depend on the cost, choice of solvent in which the drug is soluble, extraction time, how much time is taken for the drug to be extracted. Time is also very important factor. Next is the steps of extraction. Steps means how do we get finally the crude drug, active constituent. First of all, crude drug is the powdered drug. So we have to do the size reduction. What is the benefit of size reduction? With the help of size reduction, will increase the surface area. You know, as the surface area increases, it is easily to get the solubility. So maximum the surface area, increase the mass transfer. Okay, the first we will do the size reduction, then we will go for extraction, so that after size reduction, extraction will be easy. In extraction, we will use any process we will choose, depends on the condition. It may be maceration, percolation, supercritical fluid extraction, Soxhlet extraction, microwave assisted extraction. Then we will do, after extraction, we will do filtration. So first size reduction, then extraction, then we will filter with the help of Whatman filter paper, muslin cloth, etc. Then after we will get the filter and then we will concentrate it to get the residue, to get the active constituent. So next step is concentration. After concentration, we have to dry it. So nowadays drying is very easy, but we have to take care in case of thermoliable drugs which are easily exhausted with the heat. So we can use spray drying techniques for the drying. So in these steps of extraction, I think you all are clear about the steps of extraction. That is, first we will do size reduction, then we will do extraction, then we will do filtration. After filtration, we will do concentration. Concentration means we will concentrate the extract for getting the residue, and at last, after getting the extract, we will dry it so that to remove its hygroscopic property, and at last we will get the free flowing powder, dry powder. Okay. Next, what are the modern methods of extraction? Nowadays, what are the methods which we are using? So from the starting small scale extraction, I will go up to large scale extraction. So the first method we will discuss is maceration. So in short, I will explain you. You can also read. I have given you all the details in the slides in detail about the maceration and all extraction method. but I will explain you the basic. What is maceration? General, the maceration means soaking of drug in the solvent for 24 hours, and this cycle is repeated up to 3 days, and at last we will get the filtrate them. This method is best suitable for the thermoliable drug, because in this method we are not applying any heat. For example, you can go through maceration is the simple soaking procedure at the room temperature. Now, what is the use of maceration? Actually, the maceration is mainly used for the separation of active constituent from the crude drug. This is what the extraction is, the separation of active constituent. Maceration nowadays are modified to multiple stages extraction. Multiple stages extraction, why we are doing multiple stages extraction? Means doing extraction again and again with the same solvent to get the more yield, to get the percentage yield of higher rate. This we can also call as multiple stage extraction. Why we are saying it multiple stage? Because we are doing the same cycle, same procedure again and again to get the highest yield. Okay. Next, this is the diagram how we are doing the maceration. This is the figure of maceration bottle. See, this inside the bottle there is a drug, and we will add the solvent in the bottle. This is the cork, and after 3 days, or we will repeat it thrice, we will strain out the filter. Next is the percolation. Percolate means pass through, in which we'll make a column type, means we'll fill the crude drug inside, make a layer, we'll add the solvent from upside, and then we'll fix the percolate plate. There is a wall from which we can drain. First, wet the crude drug with the solvent. Then, after a drop falls, then you can collect the filter. Then, close the knob. Then again fill the solvent. Remember, the solvent used should be soluble in the crude drug. Then, it implies to a slow passage of menstruum under the influence of gravity through the column. And in percolation, the drug is extracted by the fresh menstruum, which we will add from the upside. The whole process of percolation is in this form. The first, I have already told you, we will moisten the drug with the menstruum. What is menstruum? Menstruum, I have already told you, the solvent used for extraction is the menstruum. So first we will moisten the drug, then allow to stand for 4 or 5 hours in the closed vessel in which drug is there. We will add menstruum. Why we are soaking it for 4 or more hours? So that the drug is wetted with the solvent. Now we will pack it, close the knob of the percolator. Then after some time we again add the sufficient menstruum to saturate the drug. You know, whenever we will do TLC, we are saturating the chamber. Okay, the same way we will saturate the drug. When liquid starts dropping, then close the outlet. Add sufficient menstruum to form layer above drug. Means we will add more menstruum so that the above the drug the level is maintained and the drug should be wetted with the menstruum. Then allow to stand for 24 hours. Then allow to percolate until 3/4 of the final extract, until the final extract volume will get is 3/4 of the volume. Now press the mark, mix the liquid with the extract, again adjust the volume and collect the filtrate. This is the whole process of the percolation. The conventional percolation method means the simple moistening the drug with the help of solvent is the percolation method. Now after percolation, we'll also use the reverse percolation. We will mix the two filtrate, first collected filtrate and last collected filtrate. This is the reverse percolation. Nowadays, we are also using modified percolated method. In modified percolated method, evaporation for the production of more concentrated products. What we are doing? The collection of filtrate, we will evaporate it to get the more yield. Now, The second one is decoction. Third one is the decoction. As you all know, simple, we are preparing the tea at home is the example of decoction. In the hot water, we are extracting out the crude drug with the help of hot water. But the drugs which are thermolayable in nature cannot be extracted with the help of decoction. So it is the suitable for drugs which are hard in nature, which didn't have any effect of the heat. This is the decoction. Next, the fourth method is the infusion. Infusion is the useful method for the separation of vitamins, volatile oils. In the same process, what we are doing, we are soaking the powdered drug in the lukewarm water for a period of time. We'll filter it, we'll press the mark, and we will extract again and again 2-3 times with the fresh lukewarm water. Now, what we have studied, infusion, decoction, maceration, percolation, these all are the small scale extraction processes. Now, in large scale extraction processes, the most modified method of extraction used is continuous extraction. In continuous extraction means the process is going again and again, cycle is repeating automatically with the help of vapors, we will get the filtrate. This is the continuous extraction. And in this, we are using what? Soxhlet. Soxhlet is an assembly for extraction. So this extraction is named as Soxhlet extraction. What is Soxhlet extraction? It is a process of continuous extraction in which the same solvent can be circulated through the extractor. There is a siphon tube. I will also show you the diagram of the Soxhlet extractor. And the same extractor we will get the filtrate through the help of vapors. The process involves extraction followed by evaporation of solvent. Now, this is the diagram of continuous extraction. See, round bottom flask, Soxhlet tube. This is the assembly, middle one where we will fill the crude drug. This is the siphon tube where the vapors go, circulate and collected in the boiling flask, and the upper portion is the condenser which will maintain the temperature, and here we will join it through the electric plug. This is the continuous extraction assembly which contain condenser, extraction chamber, siphon arm and boiling flask, or here in boiling flask we will collect the extraction. Now, what is large scale extraction? Large scale is basically used for the large batches of drug material. Pilot plant generally have a separate extractor or condenser unit. Large scale extractor requires a more space for extraction, separate inlet for loading the drug. The extract which we are preparing in bulk uses the large scale extraction. In large scale extraction, there is a you are seeing multiple stage extraction. The same extraction is repeated by the multiple stages. Return solution from 3 to extractor, receiver 2, receiver 3, receiver 1. This is the assembly you are seeing in which the drug is there, proper vent are there. Now, next large scale extraction is supercritical fluid extraction. This is the modern method of extraction which are using nowadays, and carbon dioxide plays a very important role. It is used as a supercritical fluid in extraction nowadays. What will happen? What is supercritical fluid? At critical point, substance exists in vapor liquid equilibrium. The principle behind supercritical fluid extraction is substance exists in vapor liquid equilibrium, or in this we are using the gas carbon dioxide as a supercritical fluid, and pressure is up to 74 bar, and we can also add the modifiers to increase the process of extraction. What is supercritical fluid extraction? Certain gases behave like a free flowing liquid or supercritical fluids at the critical point of temperature and pressure. Such critical fluids have a high penetration power, and that is what we are required for the extraction. With the help of high penetration power, we can extract the drug very well or with great efficiency. I can give you the example in the application of phytochemistry or pharmacognosy. We are using supercritical fluid extraction for the isolation of active constituent. For example, decaffeination of coffee is done with the help of supercritical fluid extraction. Extraction of pyrethrins for the production of terpeneless oil. Supercritical fluid extraction. Here I am showing you the assembly for supercritical fluid extraction. The most important is the carbon dioxide tank and the heater. Pressure gauges are there to maintaining the pressure, extractor, collecting the filtrate, vent. These are the assembly for the supercritical fluid extraction. Next extraction is the ultrasound extraction. This extraction is basically used for small scale extraction. In this, as the name suggests, ultrasound means the extraction is done with the help of sound and frequency, sound waves and frequency. And sample is kept, as you are seeing the assembly, the sample is kept in the solvent in the beaker, and thus with the help of sound waves, high temperature and frequency, the extraction is carried out. We'll get the maximum extraction in the ultrasound extraction. Next is microwave assisted extraction. This technique is using nowadays. The main advantage of this technique is less time consuming. In 5 to 10 minutes we'll get the extracted drug. And the main, as the name suggests, microwave assisted extraction. We know the microwave with the help of electromagnetic waves, high temperature and frequency. Means extraction is done on the basis of high temperature and frequency, and the time is 5 to 10 minutes. And microwaves are the non-ionizing electromagnetic waves. With the help of electromagnetic waves and the frequency, will do the microwave assisted extraction. Now I will show you the assembly for microwave assisted extraction. As you all are seeing, this is the microwave. This is the round bottom flask in which we'll put the drug on solvent. For example, in case of volatile oil separation, we'll put here the sandalwood and water. This is the sample flask. This is the micro one. This is the stand, and this is the condenser, the same condenser which we have used in continuous sock select extraction. Okay, and this is the oil which will collect an aqueous phase solvent, and the wastewater will drain out here. This is the microwave assisted extraction. Next one is accelerated solvent extraction. Accelerated solvent extraction is the name. Accelerated means increase, fast, elevated temperature, high temperature and pressure. Accelerated solvent extraction done on high temperature and pressure. So the time required is late and time required is less, and we will get the high yield. Carbon dioxide is not used in this process. The main is pressure and the temperature. In this, the time is very less, as I have already told you, and this is the microwave assisted extraction. I will show you the photograph or figure for microwave assisted accelerated solvent extraction. Okay, these are the references from where I have taken references of the book and the research article for this topic, that is basics of phytochemistry. In basics of phytochemistry, we have gone through the modern methods of extraction, and the main important questions which will be from this topic, that is the modern method of extraction, are what is the extraction, what are the general modern methods of large scale and small scale extraction. As I have already told you, in small scale extraction, maceration, percolation, infusion, decoction like methods. In large scale extraction, we have studied continuous extraction, multiple stage extraction, Soxhlet extraction, supercritical fluid extraction, and you will get the notes of the same topic from my side. And please do subscribe our channel, and next I will give you the assignment and more questions related to this unit after finishing the unit. 2 more lecture will cover this whole unit. Today I have finished my lecture 1 on the extraction. In lecture 2 and in lecture 3, after all the 3 lectures, I will give you the assignment and the important question. Thank you and all the best.